again. Let me check and see if it's back here now. Uh, says excellent connection. All right. Can you check the stream on YouTube?
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, cause not sure if it's getting that.
Oh, whoops.
What's wrong?
Yep, we're back.
All
I
right.
think, but we gotta
Well, I can't find it right now, but all right.
just start a new one.
I started up a new one. You'll have to find it somewhere else. Go back to my channel. All right. All right. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yes. All right. I'm trying to get him down to half health and then just put myself in Nella Angelo's little boss room. And that should take care of it. Damn it! I could have sworn I chomped. Ugh. I hate the fucking boomerang. Ugh. This is pain. Life is pain. You know what? I'm going to be so happy when I have the chessboard at this point. Because even if I fuck up with the chessboard, I can always just restart and then blow up the pawns at the beginning and then fight the queen until I almost die and then just gold orb her and then kill her. And then I just outlast the rooks. There's an actual strategy. Oh, hello again, Jeremy. Oh.
You said hello, Jeremy?
Yes.
What? There's no one in
He's back
the.
again.
That's weird.
Am I hallucinating? Or is there not a Jeremy down there?
There's more messed up now.
Why is it messed up? Just a little further. All right. What do we look like on the stream? Everyone still hear me, or are we? Okay. I think I'm going to do a better job this time.
This is weird. Hang on. I gotta fucking find it. I don't know where everything is live right now. I hate when this shit happens. Yeah, there's Jeremy. For some reason, his comment isn't popping up in the main one.
Let me be able to find this guy.
Good job, Mangler.
See that health bar go.
Hello.
Oh, the hell? Are you Cyber?
Yes, enemies. The enemy of all farmers.
Hi, Ben Cyber.
Damn it, just fly.
Hi, Mangler.
Solo.
So, Cyber, he's for context, he's getting his ass destroyed in a DMD challenge he made for himself. So,
Wait,
Correction,
DMD?
I'm being destroyed by Nightmare.
Oh, DMD.
yeah, DMD.
I'm
Or
not
yeah,
a
so he's
D&D.
just over here game wrecked right now.
This ain't Baldur's Gate. That would actually be fun.
I thought you worked during the day.
Not working right. Not at work right now. I'm off today. Haven't been feeling too good, but I'm finally gonna try and get something done on this Virgil blog.
Nice. You see
Looking
that
at a
Godzilla vs.
Mahito
Hulk
thing
got
right now. Huh?
You see that Godzilla vs. Hulk got funded?
Yeah, it got funded. I figured it was gonna get funded. I don't think Grewmind is gonna get funded. There would have to be an explosion in new people donating within the next 50-something hours. I mean, it's not impossible per se. I think Godzilla, though, is a good finisher for the Kickstarter.
So, I've never seen Megamind, or I've seen Megamind, but I've never seen Despicable Me. Is there really good connections there, or is it just like a popular matchup?
There's a decent amount of connections. It's just my problem with it is this modern Despicable Me is a shadow of its former self.
Damn, bro, no appreciation for the
You're
movies.
talking about like 4? Just
It's
like
technically
anything
modern
after 1.
Megamind as well. The Megamind show was garbage. Good gravy.
Oh yeah, I forgot they made a show on that.
Probably for the best.
I never watched it, so I just heard about it.
So it was Megamind 2, then it was the TV show, right?
There's both a film and a TV show, and I watched the TV show was garbage, and I've been told the movie is garbage too.
Wait, there was a second Megamind?
Yes.
Yep.
I only remember the first one.
It's good. Took out the other from your brain.
No, I don't remember watching the second one. I don't think I ever did.
You should go watch it. I'm sure you'll love it.
Why do you say that like you're going to cause pain to me?
Who's the character of the day? I thought. Oh, yesterday was Paul. Who's today? Of course it's Cynthia.
Why did we start the stream? Because there were problems going on.
We had technical difficulties. That does way too much damage to be okay.
But yeah.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, I never really saw Despicable Me. I know the Minions have a meme about them being with Hitler during like the 1930s or something.
I just feel like modern Despicable Me after watching Despicable Me 4 just isn't. It's not just that it isn't for me anymore. I just feel like it's like, well, listen. I think there's a difference between feeling something's no longer for you, and then feeling like something has actually lost itself.
Well, why do we even have a
one more night? Good.
Why do we even have a fourth movie? Didn't the third movie wrap up everything?
Money.
True.
It's a marketable franchise.
I mean, didn't Minions make like
Panda 4?
Didn't Minions make like $1 billion?
I can't remember how much it made. It made a lot.
Mangler's just like
I'm pretty sure it's literally one of the most successful movies of all time financially. It made a lot of money. I might be thinking of Inside Out though.
Kung Fu Panda 4 could have been great if they actually had a Tai Lung redemption arc in it. But no. No, it was all bait. It was all trash.
Not everything can be Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
Man gets one good movie for Pixar. Oh, actually, that's right. We're getting a Shrek 5 as well. Or Shrek 6?
Yeah, because they saw Puss in Boots, they're like, you want to see Shrek again, right? I'm like, sure, I guess. I actually just wanted to see more Puss in Boots. And just Puss in Boots.
Nah. Yeah, I never saw Despicable Me movies. I know people like them a lot, but I never watched them. I saw Megamind years after it came out. Megamind should never have gotten a sequel. It was fine just as a one shot the way it was.
You know, it should have gotten a sequel. Monsters versus Aliens.
They got a TV show.
That one.
Oh no! Is Mysterio's in Fortnite?
Yep.
Who's not in Fortnite at this point?
We got Mysterio, Emma Frost, Gwenpool, War Machine.
I think Carnage think Carnage isn't. Freaking Shigaraki isn't there.
Fortnite's weird, bro.
It's easier to
Someone
list
gets
who's not
there.
in there than it is to find out who is.
You know what? I don't think Sukuna's in Fortnite.
He's not. Well, I mean, technically Yuji is. I
That's
don't think
not
we've
Anytime.
gotten a second. Have we gotten a second wave of JJK characters? I can't remember.
no.
If we
We
did, they
haven't.
were probably basically like Toto.
A Naruto movie is now in production. What the fuck?
Is it? I've never heard of that. One sec. Oh, live action one? Supposedly has a finished script. That means it's a long ways from being finished.
A live action Naruto movie? Yeah, why not? I could see it.
Hollywood will always do that.
Did you see what Dr. Doom
Let's
did to the
see.
Fantastic Four in Fortnite? I did.
Yeah. How the hell did Fortnite treat Doom better than a lot of recent media?
What do you mean?
Somewhat recent. I'm talking about the Fantastic Four films, at least.
Bro,
Well,
Doom and Fantastic
they gotta
Four
sell.
was fine.
People keep asking who wins in Godzilla versus Hulk, and like, I just don't know. I have no idea what the team is gonna do with like,
See, bro.
if they're
King
gonna go for,
Ghidorah.
like a semi-composite for Godzilla, if they're gonna go full composite. I mean, a lot. I know that not referring to the death battle themselves, but we're talking community, at least like Reddit. Like, I know a lot of people want Ultima in it to an extent, and then there's always a debate whether or not you should use the extended continuity for Godzilla Ultima, like his novel stuff. I know the novels. I don't think are. I think they're fan translated, but I'm not sure if they're fully translated. Like fan translated. I know there's the whole debate of like Ultima's true form that normally can't be accessed. Should that be part of the composite? I honestly kind of want Godzilla vs. Hulk to end in hell, though. Godzilla in hell is like one of the weirdest things. Godzilla in hell is like one of the most misrepresentative Godzilla properties in the versus community. But the idea though to end in hell, especially after Immortal Hulk, that's just like it writes itself.
True. But Cyber, you should be happy. You guys are getting Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. That's a slam dunk, bro.
Just give me more Moon Knight. That's all I wanted.
The Doom fan stays
I don't want
quiet
anything else.
because he knows I'm right. They got the best actor possible for Dr. Doom, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
I think it'll be fine. I think they'll work it out fine. Sorry, I was looking at something. I just sort of agree slightly with one internet take that I wish it was someone who could represent the more like Doom's nationality rather than Robert Downey Jr. But I'm sure Robert Downey Jr. will have a very good performance.
Are there any like top tier Romanian actors out there?
Probably is that they could have gone with, but Robert Downey Jr. is like, if the MCU is struggling, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is why they chose it, it's just a theory, but it's like, if the MCU has been on a down climb, right? So it's like, what do we do to fix that? Oh my gosh, cast one of the most recognizable people from the MCU as one of the biggest villains in Marvel. Anyways, one more day until Sukuna's funeral since I read spoilers before the official chapter drops.
Bro, he's not gonna die till the very last chapter. It's fine now.
You want to bet?
You know, everyone's been telling me this Sukuna person is gonna die, but like, I've been hearing that for like, how many chapters now? Like
I mean,
40,
this is
50.
the most recent moment is the fight, like an actual setup for death.
I know. Like, I don't watch it or I don't read it, so, I wouldn't know. I'm just saying I've been hearing that a lot, and it still
Get
hasn't
this man
happened.
to watch season 1.
Bruh. Cyber, are you ready for the next chapter to start with Yuji's body cut in half?
If that happens, Zim, I'm finding you. Let's see. Trying to see if the Reddit has anything interesting right now. Oh yeah, I'm a little, after our talk last time, a little bit more open to Mewtwo Shadow being a rematch that's voted on. It's not my one choice, but the trailer dropped today, and
I know.
I'm gonna
I
try
know.
to move. Trailer
Say it.
actually wasn't that bad.
No, the trailer looks great, bro. We got John Wick as Shadow. That's crazy. We have stellar animation across the board. Perfect. And also coming out on Christmas.
Did you see the new footage of Sonic X Shadow? There's a boss fight with Metal Overlord with Base Shadow. That doesn't make any sense scaling. Well, actually, you could make an argument for it to make sense scaling wise. The first Sonic generation's kind of screwed up scaling, and it gave base Sonic scaling to perfect chaos. Now it looks like the second generation's is doing that.
Metal Overlord, the guy from fucking Heroes?
Sonic Heroes, yeah. But Metal Overlord was an entity that required Sonic in Super State, plus Tails and Knuckles being amplified to a Super State as well. And they had to use the team attacks a few times to actually beat him. Now Base Shadow is harming him.
Don't you just love the scaling change, bro?
I mean, if you want to pull what Generations did the first time, you could just argue power escalation. Quite a bit of power clipping. It's funny, though, that the actual boss fight, like the footage we got, nothing of it screams cosmic in any shape or form, but I'm not saying that Sonic's not cosmic. I think you can make arguments for it.
UG is about to become UG. Sparta, no. This movie is about to become John Wick's most popular movie. I see what you did there.
Nah. Who's ready for the real Jujutsu Kaisen take? Gojo's coming back this chapter.
Okay, that you're gonna lose stocks on.
No, number one, came back, there's a chance.
If the only way for Gojo to come back is like, and it wouldn't make much sense because Akutami was asked in the past, Geto could resume control of his body over Kenjaku, and Geto, it was in the, I think it's in the data book or it was an interview, and Akutami said no. Granted, you could argue Akutami is now a known liar for something that just happened last chapter, in response to a thing that Akutami was asked on, and Akutami said no. So, I don't know.
Zim Yuta, I mean Gojo already came back from previous chapters ago.
Nah, Cyber. Stop using facts and logic and reasoning. No. Use your code.
The only way Gojo comes back is if he... Would Gojo coming back require you to die, technically?
Yuta's already dead. He's a fraud. Let him die.
Isn't everybody a fraud at this point?
I blame Akutami's pen.
True.
And health. That ruined 262. And I blame
the series for the last, 60 chapters just been, man, I'll beat Gojo. Man, I'll beat Sukuna. And it's just been people,
what happened
failing.
Was Shinjuku Showdown should just be called Lobotomy Kaisen, which it technically is.
Man, this manga is going to be something interesting when it finally finishes so that I can go through it.
It finishes in 4 weeks.
There's a break week. Oh, yeah, 4 weeks, yeah. Chat, hang on.
Perhaps I'll have a new name for it.
Gojo isn't a fraud. Gojo squared up 1v1 and only lost through the plot. Gojo did not have that issue.
I feel like I'm gonna read this series and I'm gonna come away thinking everyone's a fraud.
I mean, Zim, let's divorce the certain slash technique, right? Let's say it continued off of that, knowing everything else we know Sukuna can do. I don't know who would have won at that point, because Incarnation would have healed most of his wounds, not all, and could have still fought on afterwards, I guess.
So, let me be perfectly clear here. You all remember those Sukuna versus Cinderella, those Sukuna x Cinderella ships? That was so fucking weird.
What?
Yep. Let me be clear here. Sukuna could have won the fight legitimately, but only during the domain expansion. If right after they lose their domain expansions, Sukuna loses. Because without the 10 shadows, he would have had no way to beat Gojo without domain. So, his only chance to win is at the start of the fight. If he doesn't win by that point, Gojo takes it. That is how, being as legitimately honest and looking at all the evidence, because here's the problem. Sukuna can restore himself, but we saw how the fight went after domains were done. Sukuna was gonna, even with his restoration, unless the lightning weapon, his little lightning rod there, would have made the difference against Infinity, it wouldn't matter.
It probably would not have. It has no special properties besides being, well, lightning.
So that's like the only his only win con is domain expansion, and so that is how I would put it. I would say that, well, I think Gojo personally shows better performance in most categories. Sukuna was in control of the domain expansion battle. If he kills Gojo early on and doesn't toy around with him, which is a possibility, then Gojo would most likely lose. If not, and their domains get burned out the way they did during the fight, Sukuna loses the fight without, like, Maharaga's World Slash. Especially because he can't even use the domain now, because he's still suffering the effects of Ultraviolet. So, even if he restored his body, he'd still not have the access to the domain. And that was like his only real weapon against Gojo's bullshit. Because, yeah, Gojo's being carried by massive amounts of bullshit. So actually, Cyber, since you read JJK, do you think poisonous gas could get through invulnerability or no? Since air has to get through for Gojo to breathe?
I think it could potentially, but at the same time, it's likely Gojo has since trained. I refuse to call it that. I'm just going to call it Infinity. Infinity has picked up on poison.
Call it its real name, Cyber. Say it.
I refuse to go the wary route.
Invulnerability. But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, but Cyber. Go on.
No, you go.
Oh, I was gonna say, but no. To explain the Sukuna Cinderella ships, I don't know what started it or how it happened, but out of nowhere, the Jujutsu Kaisen community, I think it was after Sukuna talked about love, they just started drawing a bunch of fan art of Sukuna and Cinderella in a relationship, and Sukuna being upset in the present day that she's been dead for a long time. It was the weirdest fucking thing.
That sounds so dumb.
I don't know the
But that's so
connections myself.
funny.
What's the difference between invincibility and invulnerability? Sounds like good dojo material. Chat, that's unwholesome. Chat, be more wholesome like me. That's unwholesome.
I have to reverse search my freaking Imgur.
Nope. But yeah, so invincibility is usually that you just I mean, they're basically the same thing unless proven otherwise. But being invincible just means that nothing can hurt you. Being invulnerable means nothing can damage you. So they're
They're
effectively
the
the
same
same thing.
thing.
Yeah.
This is the term of phrase, really, which
Ren
you prefer
lol.
to use.
Samaj, Ren is wholesome. You're absolutely right. You're the last one to talk about being wholesome. Celicross, how dare you? I am the wholesome one. Under heaven and earth and all the skies above, I am alone, am the wholesome one.
Wholesome.
Uh-huh.
That sounds sus.
Cyber, I am wholesome. How dare you, Cyber? How dare you? You have no
If you
evidence
are
He
to my.
gets
wholesome,
less wholesome every time he says
why
it.
do I have my current username on the site?
Because, Cyber,
Oh, I found the Rocky stuff. Let me go through this really quick.
because
Go ahead.
Cyber, unfortunately, you got that farmer mentality, bro. You know, you got that farmer thinking. You don't got that dog in you right now. You need that dog in you.
Is this just getting back at me for dissing on a certain matchup you like that makes no sense?
What? No. That would be unwholesome. So that couldn't be me.
Oh, Cyber, I was actually going to ask you if you knew whether or not like G1 was planning some live action, live action
Vlogs.
action. What's it called? Fucking action star matchups like Jason Bourne.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't work. I don't work with them. So, what I can say is what's on the Kickstarter, but it's kind of available everywhere. I would imagine they would end up doing more down to earth. You remember John Wick versus the James Bond?
James Bond. Yeah, I did.
War and stuff like that. One I really, really want is Spike versus
You say Spike versus who?
Cowboy Bebop.
No.
Black Lagoon.
Oh. Doesn't Spike scale like to better feats? I guess there's some similarities. I never actually watched Cowboy Bebop.
I saw a doc recently done on it that had Spike playing.
Yeah, I never watched Cowboy Bebop. Kyle's watched it, and Kyle thinks it's not as good as people said it was, so I didn't want to watch it and potentially be proven agree with him. Kyle can't prove his crimes because they've committed no crimes. But yeah, no. I'm just excited for JJK to be over so we can get another big 3 of Shonen that didn't last as long as One Piece did. Incredible.
It's got to be one of the weirdest reasons I've ever seen for someone wanting a series to end.
Cyber, I'm sorry Peak still exists in this world. I'm sorry that Peak Fiction's still going strong.
It's not even he's like, man, I just want JJK to end. He's like, no, I just want it to end before One Piece does. Especially now that we know that the One Piece is real.
My Hero ended first. Black Clover's ending soon. All JJK needs to do is end, and One Piece will have survived 2 big 3s. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I got that damage.
Egghead was like maybe a 7 out of 10 at most, more like a 6. I really did not like the 7 or 8 chapters of just like random spiel of stuff we already knew.
So
retold.
Yeah, so I will agree that the Egghead arc suffers pretty badly from the Vegapunk message. I think the Vegapunk message wasn't needed, but the rest of the arc is fine. That being said,
the rest of the arc is.
What?
Maybe I'll give it a 7 because you're right. Early Egghead is really good.
Early Egghead is great. I like the fights in Egghead too. I thought really it's just the Vegapunk message. Just like it just didn't need to be there. It took up way too much fucking time. So this is where I have to wonder, like, so the reason the Vegapunk message like happened the way it did was so the author could show the world what's going on. We as the audience knew it, but we got to see reactions in real time to information. And technically we did learn a few new things, because the entire world sinking is definitely a cause for concern, unless you live on fucking Skypia. But yeah, no, Vegapunk's message could have been handled better. So are you caught up then with One Piece? Like, you've already seen them leave the island and stuff, or no?
I'm caught up with them leaving. I think the final flashback itself was okay. The reveal with Vegapunk.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with Lilith surviving. I doubt she'll be part of the crew. If a certain someone who should have joined previously wasn't going to be part, then Lilith is not going to be part either.
Or are you referring to Yamato on that one?
I'm still salty about that, but whatever.
Bro, don't worry, bro, because Vivi's just gonna rejoin the Straw Hats near the end anyways, bro. It's gonna be peak.
And maybe Oda dodged a bullet there, because unfortunately the one thing about Yamato that never left the character was always, I don't want to talk about it much here, but the debates about Yamato's gender. We don't need to talk about it. It's just, that is the one thing Yamato is most well known for, and that's unfortunate.
You wanna know what? You wanna know what she should be more well known for? How is she an Odin cosplayer and yet doesn't use swords? Crazy.
Okay, so I put together the How Strong is Kratos document I told you about the other night we were talking, where I have Kratos in current AP. I have it open on my screen right now. It does not. It barely includes any stuff from the Nordic era, because I want to go through Ragnarok in its entirety. And then also the post game, I really need to go through. In fact, if I could try and find something that compiles all the dialogue post game, I really would like that. But
if you want, check their wiki. They might have all voice lines in the wiki, because I know Metal Gear's wiki has all voice lines in all the games usually, like set up on a document.
Try and check that out. I'm really needing every piece of dialogue from especially post game. But anyways, this How Strong is Kratos doc is more so how I think. It's like a minor composite, because I know the novels in themselves are obviously not one canon, but it will be it includes novels.
That's fine.
But it doesn't really piggyback off of the 2018 novel that much, because, like I said, it doesn't really use beats from Nord era just yet. Not until I go through all of it. As always, I refuse to touch God of War Twitter, or especially because of a certain thing I saw recently. But anyways, it does use anything that is interviews, including anything that might weaken or strengthen it. I started off with Cory Balrog on Kratos' strength. Let's see. So I started off with an image of, it's like a screenshot of, I believe it was post. This is one of the very few things I use for Nord, because I feel it's like a really good way to start it off. It's the interview that was had with one of the developers of 2018, where they're talking about the Baldur fight, and I quote, "The transition into last phase showcases the work of our amazing Breakables team. In fact, we originally planned to have Baldur throw a mountain at Kratos, who punches in half. We eventually had to change it to be a bit more reasonable, since Kratos is supposed to be a little rusty in this fight. If you see Kratos breaking mountains in the future, however, you'll know it was a long time coming." So I start off with that image, and then I mentioned that there's a developer blog that mentions. There's also an interview / it's kind of an interview, it's more like questions done to Cory during a Let's Play of God of War 2 in promotion for 2018 that he did with Game Informer.
Yes.
In said one, he goes over the infamous thing that Seth posted in his videos about the chest. But I don't think that's important. What he says after that is intriguing, because he says, notes that Kratos with Atlas, his specific words is, Kratos with Atlas can lift the world, yet he struggles with gates. And he can explains all the gameplay limitations. And then a little bit later into the video, there's another interesting thing where they're talking about, even in modern day But he's very thankful to the crew that they managed to get around some of it. And talk about God of War 2, he's talked about all the rigging issues they had with Colossus of Rhodes and a lot of the gameplay limitations they have. So I started off kind of like that, where Corey gives this vague indication of Kratos being able to lift the world, and at least 2018 Santa Monica considered a non-rusty Kratos capable of busting a mountain with a punch. So that's a good start.
That makes sense, right? Because that's what the Titans and Gods did during their war too. Because I think
it's a very good intro into discussing everything.
Yeah.
Because I don't go too super crazy initially. Let's see. In fact, I start low scale, so like Ascension Kratos can lift an parts. When I say lift, I mean lift as in like lifting strength, part of the like a minor portion of the hand of the Hecatoncheires.
Yes.
Same one, stop the Lectos tentacles, which can throw ships and pull down structures. You can always argue that's illusion, but there is a card game recently that's, to my understanding, somewhat canon for God of War that got kickstarted, and one of the cards, interestingly, was one of the Ascension cards for, I think it was Electo, and it's talking about that in the illusions, it's more than warping reality, which is interesting. So, I don't know I know there's a statement I used to use that I recently had a discussion with someone. I'd have to double check the discussion. It was for the illusions being physical. It was a interview, a written one, not a like video one. I have to double check that one just to make sure. That one's one of the more debatable ones, but it doesn't really matter. It's one of the more low end feats. Kratos, while Rusty, makes a small canyon in his fight with Baldur. He then helps lift Tyr's temple with the mechanism. He has to put in the force to move a massive bridge, yada yada yada, with its mechanism. With a bare hand, he can stop a strike from the massive hippocampi. God of War 3 boss fight, he can actually do that. Or so from like the steeds of the hippocampi. Well, the hippocampi themselves are the steeds. And throw back the Colossus of Rhodes way back by pushing on its foot. To stop Kronos from crushing him. Kronos is interesting in height. There's Sony documents putting him at about 500 meters tall, and then a guy did an extreme rundown of game models on YouTube. It's about 604 meters for God of War 3. I think he used to be bigger in God of War 1, but he got downscaled for 3, so you could say it's a retcon. It is kind of weird, though, because, like, the temple should be bigger than how it's shown to be on his back in 3, but whatever. We're 3 for this. And Kratos, for support, Kratos can grapple with Hades, who at the same time can sort of grapple with Kronos with his chains even before he starts pulling out his soul. If we're including novel stuff and gameplay, Kratos and Zeus and Ares help support mountain busting. By the way, am I bothering you guys by going on this?
No, it's fine. Although, unfortunately, we might have to continue this conversation later, because I will be leaving in a few minutes. But no, you're good, man.
Oh. Alright, you know what? I'll let you guys continue your stream then.
Yeah, because I'm going to be taking off like in about 5 or 6
Are you telling
minutes.
me I have to beat this guy with a few minutes left?
You're going to have one try at this boss, Mangler, and then we're going to have to pick this up next time, because I have to go. But always nice talking to you, Cyber.
I'll just be switching.
Later on, we'll be having... Oh, wait, the mission's over? Oh, then we'll just call it here. And then we'll pick up on this next time. Cyber, if you're awake later tonight, there will be a DVD stream with Devil, where Devil will be playing Castlevania's new killer in Dead by Daylight. If you want to come by and talk about it there, I'll be there. Devil will be there. I don't know if Kyle will be there. Mangler might be there.
I have a question for Mangler. Mangler, are you leaving right now or no?
No, I'm not leaving at the moment. We're just ending the stream, I guess, because Zim has to.